presence of my enemies. When the storm is crashing down on me, I will trust in what I cannot see. I wait for you, I wait for you. You can part the violent sea. You can reach the depths of me. I know nothing is impossible. I know every chain is breakable. I know on Christ the solid rock I stand. I am waiting at the water's edge, holding steadfast to your promises. Even though I'm not there yet, I trust in you, I trust in you. You can part the violent sea. You can reach the depths of me. I know nothing is impossible. I know every chain is breakable. I know on Christ the solid rock I stand. My fear is conquered by His perfect love. My life is ransomed by His royal blood. I know on Christ the solid rock I stand. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. When darkness seems to hide His face, I rest on His unchanging grace. In every high and stormy gale, my anchor holds within the veil. On Christ the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. I know nothing is impossible. I know every chain is breakable. I know on Christ the solid rock I stand. My fear is conquered by His perfect love. My life is ransomed by His royal blood. I know on Christ the solid rock I stand.
Kim, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for making the time to talk about these new songs from your record. We were talking about this song. This song is so singable, and it's a song called I Know. Talk about this. I know you wrote this with another writer, but just this song, and I know even in the bridge of this song, there's some of that old hymn that kind of comes in,
Yeah.
which is like instant familiarity. But talk about the song and kind of what inspired you.
Yeah, this song, the original idea for this song came from Jordan Fry, a good friend of mine and my husband's, and it was actually Skylar wrote on this with us as well, and we're kind of going off of the idea of the story of Moses standing at the edge of the water, and he's led out everyone behind him, and he's got Pharaoh on his tail, and just kind of having to really boldly believe the promises of God, and also when he tells you do this, or whatever it is, and you're stepping out going, I don't know what's going to happen right now, and right now I'm standing at the edge of the sea and I'm not really sure what God's going to do, but knowing and trusting that he is going to do something. And we wanted the song just to be all about stirring up that faith of like, yeah, there are definitely times when you're kind of going, you're coming through for me, right? Like you're still there, right? But also standing in the promise of, I know that you said go. I know that you promised to never leave me or forsake me. I know that you promised to be right there with me in the midst of all of that. And when we're getting to the bridge of the song, we're tossing out all these different ideas and kind of what exactly do we want the bridge to say. And we said, oh, you remember that old hymn? That's kind of the message we want to say. And I think it was Skylar said, well, what if we just sang the hymn? And we went, yeah, let's give that a try. And that's kind of how that came in there, because it just felt like, that actually is, timeless message that we wanted to convey in the song.
Yeah, and there's a real weightiness to the lyric of this song.
Yeah.
There's so much scripture you can tell that's like influenced the lyric, and you hear parts of the lyric, you're like, oh yeah, I know that scripture, I know that. And so it really feels like a great song for the church just to come together and sing.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, walk us through kind of chord-wise what you're playing for this.
Yeah. The song's in E. I play with capo 2 in E, so I'm actually playing in the key of D, but capo 2. So E, the chords are for the verse are C sharp minor, A, E, and it repeats 3 times, and then it has a passing 5-4 B to A, and then the pre is 4-1-5-4-6-5, or A, E, B, A, C sharp minor, B. I'll play through that. So that's 6-4-1. And then the transition 5-4, B to A. And then the pre-chorus A, E, B, A, C sharp minor, B. And then the chorus is simple, it's just 1-5-6-4. And then the bridge is a walk up. It's a rise, 1-2-6-4, or a E, F sharp minor, C sharp minor, A. And it repeats that a couple times.
Yeah. And Kim, you better start that bridge in a good key so that when it gets to the
Right.
end.
I mean, just when you think it can't go any higher, it does. Prepare yourself.
All right. Guys, thanks so much for sharing the song with us.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kim.
Thank you.